Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to my channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid. Roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know on this channel and all my channels, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, to see how they play as karmic themes to help you understand why everything's playing out the way that it is, why your person's doing what they're doing. Now, anything of any importance or relevance to the channel, you can find in the description box. If you like the video, give it a like, comment. I love it when you guys are interactive with me. That's how you guys show me love. I need that love. So, again, just wanted to tell you that. All right. So let's see what the underlining energy is. Now I'm doing this video for tomorrow because I'm not going to be around tomorrow, but you'll get it when you see it. It'll be today, if you understand that. Making it the day before because I am not going to be around. Very busy day with the holidays and everything. So I'm trying to make sure that every day you guys get a video. So give me the love. All right. Dark night of the soul. That's the underlining energy. Dark night of the soul. That's pretty like a heavy energy. Let's see. Let's see. Let me pull one more to see what the other word is going to be. It is lies and illusions. So I feel like you're in separation from somebody that is going through a dark night of the soul. So nothing makes sense in their life. Like, I feel like friends that they had for years, like, are they're no longer friends with. This person's job, no more. They're where they used to live, no more. Everything about this person, like that, who you knew this person to be, they're no longer. So if they were very self-righteous at one time, very cocky, very arrogant, no more. Like this person is hiding behind lies and illusions. They don't want anyone to know. So they're not telling anyone what they're going through. I feel like if they worked at a company and they owned part of the company, they no longer own that company. However, they would be someone that was like a gopher now in the company, like got a severe demotion and a severe demotion in front of like a lot of people, like publicly disgraced is what I'm feeling like. And that could be people within the company, obviously. So this person to the outside world, to someone that they haven't talked to, like you, where I feel like they've been in separation from you for a long time, you know, they're presenting themselves like everything's fine, but they're not. They're going through a dark night of the soul. So let's see what this person is feeling. I'm gonna pick my cards. Like I'm gonna pick my cards because they're random. We just want to know what is going on with this person aside from dark night of the soul when it comes to you. Let's see. Um, I feel like this person's watching you and they feel like your desires are coming into fruition right now. And it's making them miss you. So this person, even though they're in separation, they've been trying to like astro travel to you. Like, and the reason why is because at one point you had a very strong spiritual connection, like ESP through the heart and mind. And this person doesn't feel that anymore. And that's the thing, they're trying to send you messages. The thing is, they knew that they were losing you, but they didn't do anything to fight for you at the time. And so the thing is, it's like their soul is starting to remember this intense connection. And they wish they could just have leisure coffee with you, like almost like, I don't know whether you want to talk to me. I feel like this person's self-esteem is like really bad. And so they're like, they're not just looking at you for how they treated you, which we didn't even look at, but I'm sure that this person didn't treat you well if they're going through a dark night of the soul, because and every single person that's surrounding them, whether they were again friends within the company or colleagues within the company or again people that were influential in this person's life, everyone's turned against them. Like everything from what this person knew of their life is no more. So they have a very low self-esteem and they're like, I don't know whether you want to talk to me or not. You might curse me out. One time you were a friend. I feel like they need advice. They try to run from this connection, but the memories keep resurfacing, and that's the problem. This person feels so stupid because again, they had an intimacy issue. They wouldn't give it to you. It's almost like it's too difficult for this person to process their emotions. Their love for you scares them. So they just want to talk. They're like, can we talk? Can we meet at a coffee shop? Can we just, do something light where it's not going to be so intense? Like this person, like, is not in a good way. I feel like they are not in a good way because, like I said, their life as what they knew it is no more. So again, this is where this person is at, and that's the thing. And for a long time, an external party was intruding on this relationship. So if this person did want to come towards you, they weren't able to come towards you because they were dealing with a lot of chaos in their life. They were dealing with someone that was very jealous and possessive. I almost feel like this person was married to someone or in a connection to someone that destroyed this person's life. And now they're going through a dark night of the soul. This person feels abandoned by you and it's triggering their childhood wounds, almost like they expected you to be there for them. They expected that you would be there. But the thing is, this person only gave you lust and just old wounds like that, like childhood issues, I feel like need to be revisited. Like this person needs to do their healing. They're sorry for all the pain that they've caused, but they're sorry because of where they are now. They're sorry because you've shut them out. You know, um, I know that you may not feel for me as I feel for you anymore, and this person is kind of conflicted about that because it's like they know that they're deserving of it. But it's again, this person is like still wounded, like unhealed wounds are blocking this person from really moving forward. So it's not just what's going on in their life. It's that they're dealing with what's going on in their life. And apparently, what they're dealing with is old, like a lot of their old childhood wounds. So it's almost like this is they re-entered a karmic cycle. You could be connected to someone that was married twice and went through two horrible divorces, and they're going through the divorce again. And then meanwhile, they're thinking about you and like where they're like, but I feel like they're thinking about you more like, I need a friend. I need someone to talk to. I need somebody that'll be there for me. I need somebody that'll be in my corner. There's a big hole in this heart that they cannot fill on their own. And that's the thing. It's like because this person like is fragmented and I feel like they've been in a few different relationships. They've been shady. They've re entered a karmic like contract with someone after a bad relationship. So it's like whatever this person builds up in life, they lose. So they're again losing everything. And so how you connect is that there was always a connection, but the feelings that they had for you were so deep and they just were not able to like even deal with it, especially if they were dealing with somebody else at a previous time. And now going through everything that they're going through, they just couldn't be with you. And so the thing is, it's like this person's looking around and saying who's real, and really the only person that was real was you. like I said, everybody stabbed this person in the back. It's like they're going through a dark night of the soul. Nothing is making sense for them. And meanwhile, they weren't nice to you. And here it is. It's like you're the only one that this person feels like maybe they can still talk to you. Maybe, and that's the issue. The grass was never greener on the other side. This person, like for a very long time, was only interested in a sexual relationship. And, they kind of treated you like you were just an option at one time. And so now this person is like, are you even going to listen to me? Because I know I keep messing up. So they have a lot of anxiety. They don't think it's a sure thing that you would even talk to them, but they want to be like, can we start slow? Can I talk to you? Can I just, I don't know what this person would say to you again, but I know that they're really in a bad place. Like, and it's because they're going through a dark night of the soul. And, you know, this person's fragmented though. Like I said, been a hole in this person's heart for a long time. It's like, and this person tries to fill it, I feel like, with relationships, and those relationships never work out. It's like they never take the time to work on themselves. So it's almost like they want to like come back in, but almost like they don't trust themselves. They have feelings for you, but they also know that they're not healed. Again, their soul remember the intense connection. So when we say, again, we already know how they treated you, right? So they treated you badly. It was abusive and you finally let go. You know, I'm not going to pull any more about what this person did because we already got that. Will say, what are they dealing with now? And really, it's almost like they want everything to to be forgotten about. But what they know is that you haven't let it go. So it's almost like they're tired of being in separation and they're tired of that. But it's again, that's what they're thinking about. They're thinking about like, I know that you haven't laid it to rest. They know that whatever this person did, but I just feel like they were abusive, that they, weren't 100% truthful about their situation, and they just didn't treat you well. And at the time, the relationship was very shallow. And again, they just wanted a fling. And so what it, like they might have promised that they wanted more, but they didn't want more. Now they want more because at one time, like I said, I just feel like this person, when you met them, they were cocky, they were in a different place. And now they're not in that same place. And it could be because of a divorce, it could be because of like whoever was surrounding this person. It wasn't a one person deal, like brought this person down. It changed their life. So it's again, they're looking around, nothing in their life makes sense. You're the only person. You're the only person. But the thing is, it's like Spirit saying, it's like you're gonna have to look behind, look beyond the romance to discern this person's true intentions because understand it's not that they don't feel a connection. They do. They kind of feel like this is, a divine connection, but where you are going to help heal this person, where that's not your job to heal this person. They're looking around now when they wouldn't give you the time and when they had the money and the clout and everything who they thought that they were. Now that they're not none of those things, they want to come back to you and they want to be want you to heal them. They want to say, "Oh, we're soulmates." Oh, but the truth of the matter is that you're like you don't trust this person anymore. It's like their mask fell off when they did everything that they did. So, there's a part of this person like that, what they come with is they come with a lot of drama. So, you know, they're not coming by themselves. They're coming with all their baggage, all their drama, and because they don't have anybody. And even though that they don't really even know whether there's enough like history, enough like did they give enough to even repair this? Is what I feel. It's like, and they're looking at all that and they're worried about it because what they're saying is, oh, like they're inseparate from you and they want to come back, but that's because hey, their life is fell apart. Their life is like humbling, and what they're looking around, nobody's there. Nobody is there for this person. And that tells you about them, right? So again, that it's bothering them. They want to say something, you know, there's a part of them that's gonna say, can we start over? Like, can we start over? Literally. Um, I can see myself with you in the future. Of course, this is how this person will do it. It's again because they're on this is where they are. This is what they feel. They want to work things out, but they're afraid. It's not like they're not afraid. But this person, it has almost like no other options. They don't have anybody. And that's the thing. So, it's kind of fucked up because it's like the whole time that this person like had a good life, they didn't want to be bothered. They thought the grass was going to be greener somewhere else. And if they were connected to somebody, they pretended that they weren't. Because again, that if they were going to always leave that person, which, I just feel like this person dives in and out of relationships and they never learn. And then they wind up with people that become very jealous and possessive because, hey, the people that they come on, this is how they come on. They come on like, I'm broken, I need fixing, and whoever is going to be there is going to pour into that person and give all their time, their energy. And what's this person doing? How much are they doing? They're not doing anything. It's like, and that's the thing. It's like this person, like when you were dealing with them, they didn't know what they wanted the whole time, And the thing is, down deep inside, this person really knew that they're not good enough for you. They know that because, again, all their relationships that they have been bad. So all their friends and family too, like, are telling them not to even date anymore because, hey, you don't ever do the healing. So people notice about this person. Are starting to notice like you keep doing the same thing and it keeps ruining your life. Like you have to start all over. Like this person isn't young anymore. This had happened maybe when they were like 20, 25, and now it's happening again when they're 55. So they're in like this repetitive karmic cycle just with a different person. And though their life is falling apart, they're like, oh, maybe I can come back to you because, hey, at one time you were friends. I feel like you might have even warned this person about who they were surrounded by, who they were trusting. And this person didn't want to listen. And that's the truth. And the whole time that is what it is they wish they could take it back because they gave into temptation. So, hey, I kind of feel like they were with you, and then what happened is that they cheated with somebody else, and then wound up being with that person, and whoever they cheated with ruined their life. And not just ruin their life, like ruin their livelihood and strip this person down to like nothing. Like again, horrible. So this person said like was looking for somebody that they admire, someone that they think is uh gonna help them to be like a better person and also to be a more successful person so that they don't keep repeating the same things where they're like they want you to be patient with them and you know what? it's like they are planning on reaching out, even though that they know that you deserve better than them. So I feel like that's why they're conflicted, but it's like they don't have a choice. It's like they don't have a choice. They're desperate. There's nowhere, no one else to turn to. It's like any friends that they had, they don't have their friends. Any job that they had, they don't have that job. But where they live, they don't have that anymore either. So it's like that's the thing. This person knows that they don't deserve you. They know that they shouldn't have, gone with that other person. They went the wrong way. They picked somebody else. That person destroyed their life. So it's again, now they're like, want to come back because they're like, I don't have anything to lose and I have nobody. So really, they are free because guess what? The ball is 100% in your court and they know that you have not laid everything to rest yet and that they also did not give enough. So the ball really isn't in their court at all. They have nothing to work with. And so they're really humbled. This person is going to reach out. They're going to come back with their tail between their legs. I'm telling you, head down, you know, cap in hand, like crawling to you. Like I wouldn't be surprised if this person doesn't start crying because they're like I said, they're not in a good place and they treated you horribly. So they have nothing to work with. So we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? You're a mirror of who and what comes into your life. Neglect, magic, I like that. Depression, rage, um, confusion, self-sabotage, play. So we look at your inner child wounds to see how they keep playing out, and we can see that you grew up in an environment where if a child is suppressed, right? They're not allowed to, express themselves in a certain way. um, they're always told that they're like bad, even though you're not bad. It's confusing though to have a parent like continually tell you that like you're bad or look at you like with judgment. And I feel like you just grew up in an environment where I feel like your parents were judgy. And anytime the play is like very strong here, almost like you weren't allowed to like play to find yourself. Like you were told who to be and what to do and what decisions, but to a point that it was very like, again, suppressive to you. And so you neglected your own, like finding yourself, your needs, your wants, your desires, right? When we neglect them because, we're suppressed so much that we're like, do I even really want to do it anymore? Understand, there was no support. And when there's no support and you're being suppressed, maybe not physically, but verbally, to the point that, it's very confusing because you're like, well, maybe it's bad. Maybe I shouldn't do it. And you're not true to yourself and you neglect that part of yourself. Well, then you don't really know who you are. It's like you might have said, well, I went to college and then after college I went, I thought I wanted to do that, but then, I got a job and I'm not happy with the job and I'm not happy with certain aspects of my life. There's fragmentation. We're supposed to be in the passion for life. Now, if you're like, oh God, I got to work a job that there's no money, we actually can go out and make money doing what we love. But we have to really pour all our time, our energy, our focus, and our money into what we want to become in order for it to manifest. And that's the thing. If you were neglected and there was no support, when it came time for you to do the things that you wanted to do because, hey, there was a limited amount of money and that money needed to go towards education or that money went towards paying bills or whatever it was. It's not a blame game, but if we kept living that experience over and over and over again, where we saw our parents say something else was more important than whatever you wanted to do, when it came to finances, right? So you're like, I want to join soccer. There's no money for soccer. So again, you don't find ways to do it on your own because you're like, well, I wanted to join the soccer team, but I couldn't join because there was no money, you know, where spirits say, well, you could have started your own soccer, thing with your friends. You're like, well, my friends didn't want to play soccer. But like spirit says, well, if you went to like places where people practice soccer, you would find that without having to join a league. It means that when you are passionate about what you love, you don't let anyone stop you. You find a way to make your dream into a reality because not everyone's gonna like want you to like have your dream for one reason or the other. And understand if you were suppressed to the point where, hey, I don't really feel like I'm deserving of it. It's like, because that's what self-sabotage is. Self-sabotaging behavior is not believing you're deserving of it. It's getting in your own way, overthinking, where spirit says you're allowed to have that. But if you were neglected and suppressed, where the focus was on other things, what was perceived to be more important because the parent didn't know that the child seeing and hearing all the time, no, there's no money for you, no, there's no money for you, no, there's no money, no, this is more important, that's more important, this is more important, this, that, but never suggesting either, hey, why don't you go down to the park and see whether people are kicking around the soccer ball? Never any suggestion either. It's just, no, don't do that. It was better almost that you did nothing than actually, you know, did whatever. But it was really your mindset where you neglected it because, again, there wasn't, but it was the confusion of why isn't there any support where really Spirit says you're always supported. You just have to go out and play. And so understand the trauma from you not really being able to express yourself and find yourself and really feel as if you could, you know, be your own person. There was a lot of internal um, thoughts and emotions, and you detached, you disassociated because it didn't feel good to be in your body. It doesn't feel good to be around a parent that continually suppresses you and tells you that there's not enough. Because what they're pretty much repeating to you over and over and over again is you're not enough. You're not worthy of the money. You're not worthy of the soccer or whatever it is, which is abusive behavior. They don't see it as abusive behavior, but it's abusive behavior when you hear it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, trying to drill it into, your head almost like you're not worthy. And then how you go out into the world and when people say, oh, would you like this or that? You say, oh no, I'm not gonna like accept anything. Or no. Or when someone says, what do you want for your birthday? Oh, nothing. Or like, you don't feel comfortable asking. You don't feel comfortable, like you don't feel like you're deserving of it because that was the dynamic of the environment that you grew up in, whether it was conscious or not conscious. It's not a blame game. But we have to be mindful when we're raising our children to not continually be like, you can't give in every time either. But when it comes to like all the time, it would like you have to teach sacrifice maybe. Like, well, guess what? If you want to join soccer and there's no money, you can't go to the movies. You can't like buy ice cream from the ice cream man every day, whatever it is, like to cut back, like you have to show sacrifice maybe in that way or to find balance, but to always neglect and to suppress and to not show support is abusive to the point that you detached, you dissociated, and there was so much psychic activity that went on and where you didn't really feel safe. You didn't feel loved. You didn't feel valued because you weren't. Again, and that's what was continually, drilled into your head. Now, parents treat their children the way that they treat themselves. They can't treat them any better. So, unfortunately, this is how ancestral karma is passed down. So spirit says, yeah, so it was time to like release the limiting beliefs that no longer serve you. Again, those were never your beliefs. Those were someone else's beliefs. Because again, it's about you learning to love yourself. You are valued. You are deserving. You are good enough. You are enough. Now take a bold action. Take a big step that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Healing is not done in the same place that you get sick. Find yourself, have a love affair with yourself. Again, you were still fragmented. Spirit saying, go out and do that because you connected to that person that, they know that they're not deserving. Now, some of you guys might take this person back, but some of you guys won't. And Spirit says, what you should do is not take this person back because you should go into the unknown, find yourself. You're protected. You don't have to worry about anything. This is again opening up your heart to the new, where true growth occurs. So again, so you can find yourself and become yourself, so that you can envision infinite possibilities and opportunities, and so you can see beyond the illusion, and beyond the illusion is that it's that who you are, what you're deserving of, like what, like who you are, not without being told who you are, and it's again about like acknowledge what you have already come to be to see how strong you are. And that's what it is. Like when you go through these experiences, don't look at it like, oh, I'm so weak. Feel like, look how strong I am, to the point that I won't let anyone suppress me. I won't let anyone do that, because that's the thing. It's like you already lived that. So you're like, well, I refuse to be with somebody that's with somebody else the whole time that, you know, that ruined their life. And, and now is coming back into me with what? Nothing. Because they don't have anything. It's like fix a person. And, to me, there's some people, like I said, that will take this person back, but you know, you have to say, do you love yourself enough? Do you want better? Do you have faith? Faith that something better is going to come into your life is really, because even this person knows that you deserve better. They know it, but they have nothing to lose. That's the thing. They're already at rock bottom. So we leave off with one more message, and that is freedom through faith. Calm the thoughts and rise above fear. Free yourself of all doubt by entrusting your doubts to God. Have faith in God's perfect timing and placement. Trust His will and find freedom. Spirit saying, it's like, be in faith. Let it go with that person. Become yourself. Find yourself. Don't. This person's not worth the dirt on your shoe. They're going to come back all broken, and, they're sorry, and yeah, they care, but they haven't done any healing, and you're in a good place. So of course they're like, oh yeah, I want to come back over there. Yeah, because they're not happy because I chose the wrong person. It's like, and I, gave that person and I poured into that person, and that person took me for everything that I had and ruined my life. And now, who's going to fix it? That's the way that I translate that. So it's almost like they got what they gave. And that's going to be the title of this. They got what they gave. I'm going to leave that there. Did I actually pull? Yes, I did. I'm like, pull everything? Yes, I did. All right, guys. I will see you soon. Love you. Bye.